So, we're in the middle of nowhere. Everybody got out of their car and they're all checking out the bridge go up. So I thought we'd come out too to check out the bridge. Now there's probably a big boat coming this way, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see. Let's go to the next corner so you can see how big this ship is going to be that's coming this way. It's this little thing that's going. I want to pause the video. This is a big affair. You have everybody that's in their vehicle came out. Pretty cool. Still waiting for the ship to pass by. It's been open for 2 or 3 minutes. So believe it or not, it's all for these tiny little sailboats that are gonna cross right underneath the bridge. They stopped at least 100 cars, if not more, bicyclists, motorcyclists, even a train for these guys. God bless them. They're all in a rush to go under, look. They're all rushing. There's the first one. There's the second one. After the third one, I'm turning off the video.
Selbst hier. Also du kannst doch nicht da durchkommen, da fällst du da runter.
Ah, that's enough. So I still haven't told you guys where we're going, but soon I will. Okay, I swear, you cannot make this up. Like I said, you can't make this up. First, we had that bridge, you remember before? Alright, let me tell the whole story. When we landed, it took us about an hour and 45 minutes to get through customs. After we got through customs, it took us about an hour and 30 minutes to pick up the car because their system was down. Then we started driving, and then that bridge went up. Remember the bridge in the previous video, previous shot? Now we get here, and the railway line is down. You cannot make this up. But soon, you guys will know where we're gonna be and what we're gonna see. But we are in the middle of nowhere, look. Middle of nowhere. Driving through roads. Oh, there's the train. Slow train. I thought it'd be much faster than that. But yeah. Middle of nowhere, and we'll let you know where we're gonna go see soon. You could start seeing the signs. I don't know if you can read it. But there we are. I don't know what they mean by this. Huntsville, the sky is not the limit. And it says museum to the right. So let's see. Alright, we made it to Peenemunda. Look at that. You guys know that I really like to follow history. This is World War II history in the making. And we're gonna see Wernher von Braun, where he used to come and make his rockets. I don't know which way I'm going, but we'll figure it out. They have their own flags. And we'll get started as I get closer. So here's a little map of the area from back in the day. And here's the bunker control room. And here we go. The bunker was built in 1940 as a central control room for Peenemunda. Imagine being here in the 1930s and 40s. Trust me, you'd be shot on sight. And we're gonna go into Peenemunda Museum. This original building. Look at this. So here's one of the original view towers. You could see your rocket being launched. It actually has a handle. That still works. No way. Check out their you're gonna start. So I'll show you a little bit of this and you guys can pause and read it. I want to show you the view as soon as you get here. Look at this. Crazy. That's the original power station, the coal station, and it's still intact. Just for your viewing pleasure. Welcome to Peenemunda. Ever since I was 12, 13 years old, I started learning about rockets and all this other stuff I wanted to do with my life. I never in my life would have thought I would have ended up in northern Germany, northeastern part of Germany, in Peenemunda, where they fired the first rockets to go into space. The first rockets to go into space. And of course, it's crazy. Operation Paperclip and everything else that ties everything together. And it's crazy. Just imagine being in this building in the 1930s and 1940s, testing out the V2, the V1 rockets. It's just mind-boggling how much they did in 10 years. Crazy. But now let's go inside. So Wernher von Braun went from these buildings to launching the Saturn V into space. Talk about success in life. So as soon as you pass the corner, you're going to see the glorious V2, V1s parked right here for your pleasure. And of course a train that used to come here. But oh my God, look at the size of that thing. Super excited to be here. Look at the size of that rocket. It's a replica, it's not the real one, but it's a replica. And here we have a tank wagon. It was used to transport fuels for the German Reich to the occupied territories. I am going to go there and touch it. And we'll go take a look at it. Then we'll get closer to the V2. Original tank. Probably made in the 1930s. And guess who's touching it? Me! Completely empty, hauled out. But hey, I've touched it. Now, let's go check out the rocket replica. Pretty cool. And if you see, the tracks actually go straight into the building. And here we go. It's a replica, but it still raises the hair on my neck. Look at this. I'm going to touch it. Whee! The guiding fence. Look at this. This is crazy. I gotta take a picture of this. And then as soon as you're done seeing your V1 and the V2, I'm sorry, the V2, you have the Vengeance Weapon 1. Look at this. Dude, I'm touching part of history right here. Anyway, we'll come back to this one and let's go check out the train. I really want to see the train, what it's for. I don't know the history on the train. So let's go check out the history of the train. Ooh, nice lady. Look at that, she's pretty. Hubba hubba. Alright, now let's see what that train's for. So this was actually used to transport the workers and everybody, and it's from 1941. Check out the inside. They were actually deserted. If you look at it, it shows you how they left it. Pretty cool. Can you believe this is probably the same train Wernher von Braun probably took to work, and I'm over here riding it. Look at that. Look at that. You tell me that's not cutting edge technology from the 1940s. They rained these down on the British. Here's the piston assembly, the catapult, and it shows you it's right here. And it gives you how far it goes. We've been here, remember? And it is hot. I'm going to take a few pictures. Look at this angle. Check out this view. And off it goes. I really can't believe I'm touching the original metal, what they used to launch. And if you don't love history, you're in the wrong channel. It is hot. Okay, not gonna lie to you guys, I'm sweating bullets. 3 degrees today. Direct sunlight from above, and I'm drenched. But let me take a few pictures. So the P-51 Mustang used to fly up next to it, tip the wings, and then it would fall. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm probably gonna go inside because I'm burning, and we'll check out what they have inside for us. And also we could go to the top, the roof. That'll be pretty neat. Here's a map of how big Peenemunda was back in the day. Pretty cool. Look at the size of this place. This is only the power plant. So we're gonna take the stairs that originally come from that tanker, and we're gonna go straight into the building. We actually have passes to go all the way on top, so that'll be pretty neat. Alright, here we go. We're going in. Original building. You're actually allowed to go anywhere you want. There's no restrictions on where you can go, where you cannot go. They let you touch anything, they let you go up anything. It is a free-for-all here. And I love it. They tell you exactly what every department of the power plant was used for, what it was used for, what it wasn't for. I love it. This is the way a museum should be, opened to the public. Look, up, down, in, out, you go anywhere you want. And here's the original turbine from the 1930s. No, not 1930s, more like the 1970s. Everything's all there. Reich Ministry of Labor. Look, they preserved everything. It is so cool. I'm walking around, just watching everything. See what this is. Look what these are. Those are the pile drivers, the original piles. Sandblasting wagon. Look at this. This part of Germany fell into the hands of the Soviets. So if you see everything, it says about the GDR and everything. Oh look, here's the fire extinguishing systems. Pretty cool. Can you believe I'm touching the handle that they probably touched in the 1930s? Not one of them, not two of them, a few of them. Imagine being here. Oops, that was me. Everybody's like, what the hell just happened? Look at this. Can't take me anywhere. Nope, can't take me anywhere. Oh look, I stumbled upon used rocket parts. Dude, you guys have no clue. Touching these valves. Holy smokes, it still works. Look at this. 80 years later, the valves are still working. They're finding stuff here. Whatever they find, they're keeping it in here for safekeep, and they're gonna put it on display. Look. Remember on the other side I'd show you guys how they saved everything? I'm gonna try to get you up close view. Look. Everything is saved. On my ticket. Now we're gonna go upstairs and check out the viewing platform on top. Here we go. squeeze by. And up we go to the 3rd floor, the viewing platform. Now I can't wait to show you guys how it looks from the top. And we're going up. So this actually costs extra. So if you do want to engage in this activity, it's I think €2 or something like that. It's extra, but it's well worth it. You get to go all the way on the top. You get to see everything that else they have to offer over here. Look at this. This is crazy. Look. And we're at the top. Voila! Germany as far as you can see. And that water is where you see some of them testing out the missiles and they fall. That's where it usually falls. And here's the original chimneys. These chimneys are original. They actually saved them. They put protective coatings on them and whatnot. And they're actually the original chimneys from the 1940s. Can you believe that? Now, here we go. We're gonna go on top. I'm gonna take a walk. See how it is from the top. Check this out. What a view. Here's the top view, what you see from Peenemünda. So after we're done with Peenemünda, we're actually going to go to that submarine over there, take an inside tour of the submarine, and then that'll be the end of Peenemünda tours. Apparently those are the original surviving buildings over there. One of those, I don't know which one, I can't tell. You guys at 360. Check out this view. Crazy. All right, we're gonna start heading back out. And I am exhausted. It is hot. It is super duper hot. Check out the view from here. V1, V2, all lined up. Sorry about losing the zoom and focus. But imagine being here in the early 1940s. Young Wernher von Braun. And you see the Soviets making their way here. Right? The Russians were known for being notorious. Keeping people, killing people, torturing people, maiming people. So what did? They devised a plan to go join the United States. They picked up all their stuff. I think about 26 tons worth of paperwork. And they started carrying it west. Why west? Because that's where the Allies were. The United States Allies. And that's where Operation Paperclip comes into play. You guys know about Operation Paperclip when we went to the Saturn V in Florida. I told you all about that, but I am hot. Whew, 95 degrees. So I'm going back up again so I could see the other side from the top because we only got to see one side. So, see how this side looks. You know, I keep laughing. Every single thing that's here served a purpose at one point. Like this, look. Like, come on, man. It's just a power plant, but still, every single thing here served a purpose. All right, back down we go. Check out the view. You know, stuff like this really gets me going. The guy that brought us to the moon, the guy that made the V1, V2 rockets, mentioned nowhere. Not even a picture. There's stuff about everybody else besides him. And it just irritates me. Here's a Fester window. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out. Original window manufactured in 1940. Oh, look. Original windows, man. Yeah, original windows. I'm reading, sorry. Check out the power plant side. Pretty cool. All right. Up the Soviet sub U661 or 561. I forgot the number. So I was actually walking down and I saw this picture. Here they have Heinrich Lübeck, third from the left. Third from the left. 1, 2, 3. Next to the Minister of Armament and Ammunition, Fritz Top, second from the right. So tomorrow we're gonna go see his grave. He's buried in Berlin. But again, no mention, zero of Wernher von Braun. Zero, not even once. Okay, I don't know what this building is for, but it was not attached to that. So we're gonna go take a look, see what this is. Once we get inside, I'll start again. Let's see. It might be rocket parts. Yeah, look at that. Upstairs. When you come, get ready to climb a lot of steps. We're at the topmost part. Look how high we are. Whew. Stuff here. I'm exhausted, I'm sorry. Here's the flap of the pulse jet. The amount of history they have here is crazy. The blasts and everything. This is what you see in the videos, right? So this is a periscope. This is a safety glass. You could actually go visit all this over there, but you gotta walk. It is way too hot to be walking. Look, first turbine, touching history, crazy. A blast-proof door. I think that's all that's left of it. This is heat shield tiles. Crazy. Crazy how much stuff they have over here. Sign of the NDSP local Karlshagen. Oh, this is the firing rod for the V1 rocket. Look at that. That's pretty cool. They probably dug this up somewhere. That's amazing. This is cool. That's cool. That's amazing. That is cool. Knife. Door of a church, probably. This is cool, man. Alright, now you gotta go back out. Alright, second floor. Again, like I said, when you come, be ready to walk. Complete tours are not easy to take. Here's the complete tour from yours truly. Here's the second floor. Here's the entrance. Here we go. Let's see if they mention them here. Anyone here? No. 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 No, they don't. Not even once. Poor guy. Poor guy. Nowhere. I keep looking. Ha. One picture. One picture. That's all you get. There's one picture. He gets one picture, kid. That's all you get. Hydrogen control room, probably, for the power plant. Yeah. Imagine being the guy that had to write this, right? By hand. And our favorite number. Look at this. Top-notch technology from back in the day. Original. Here's the original fin. Original nozzles. Let's see. This is exhaust assembly. They actually have full blown. Have pieces of everything. Here's a complete mock-up of the whole building. And I'm gonna pause the video, pick it up from the next room. Oh, it continues from the other side. You know, they could have just connected this and it would have been a lot easier. And look, you can actually... Now it's locked. It would have been a lot easier if they just connected it. I don't know what I was turning, but I was turning something. Some of the prisoners or the belongings. Original helmets. This is from Royal Air Force. Original engine, look at this. Some tools. It's dark. Sorry for the low quality films. I don't know what this is. It's too dark to see in here. You can actually go down. I see people play something. This is why I like exploring on my own. You can go anywhere you want. Nobody cares. Probably gonna get yelled at, screamed at. Whatever. Oh no, it's part of the tour. That's cool. That's them testing it out, look. They would have made it to the moon if he hadn't died. Guaranteed they would have made it to the moon. And most people don't know that Sergei was in charge of the USSR's program. What was his full name? Sergei Korolev. Oh look, they even have Sputnik. That's also on our channel. You guys probably saw it, and it's on our logo as well. And again, I'm never going to show Wernher von Braun, the guy who actually made this, designed it, took us here. Never going to show him. Never going to give him the credit. I like these chess pieces. Pretty cool. And we're back into space. Look. It's funny how they show the rockets encircling the Earth. And that is the end of the tour, I believe. There's nothing, there might be something more in here. Let's see. Oh, yes, there is. But it's turned off. And voila, we're back to where we started. Like the hands-on complete tour. I'm exhausted. So here she is. You can see it from the outside. Old Soviet sub. We can't go in because we got no euros. I only have my credit card. So that's that. So this is the end of the full tour of Peenemünda. Watch out for the next few videos because we're already in Berlin and we're going to see all the World War II sites of Berlin, the Soviet sites of Berlin, and yeah, World War II and the Soviet sites of Berlin. Nothing more, nothing less. I promise you'll love it. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the full tour of Peenemünda. God bless. Thank you for everything.